In legal proceedings, there's this concept of the burden of proof, this idea that you are responsible for proving your point. And I have found when thinking about supporting the idea of positive self-concept, the idea that I can successfully navigate anything that life throws at me, the burden of proof has become something I needed. I needed to see the receipts for the times that I had positively navigated situations in my life. And so that is where the idea of the love folder came into my life. My name is Rachel, and this is Designed Resilience, the corner of the internet where we talk about building daily habits and practices so that when things are really difficult or things are super amazing and moving way faster than you're ready for, you have the foundation and stability that you need to navigate. And one of those principles is the belief that you can make it through anything that life throws at you. Because when you have a positive self-concept, you know, no matter what every day brings, amazing or terrible, that you're going to successfully navigate it. And that is an incredible power to have when you're walking through life. So in support of my positive self-concept, oh gosh, maybe 15 years ago, I started at work specifically, but I think this applies to your personal life too, what I call the love folder. Now, if that feels weird to have a folder in your email box called love at work, I've also thought about it as the praise folder, as the proof folder, that burden of proof to demonstrate to yourself that you have a track record of successful navigation in life. And what goes in there is anytime, obviously, someone praises me for my performance at work, for a project I worked on, for the way I navigated a situation, right in that folder. Anytime I successfully complete a project and there's documentation of the successful completion of that. Anytime somebody tells me that I was the one that could help them, or I was the one, the subject matter expert that they were looking for. All of that goes into my love folder. And anytime I start to doubt myself, now again, this is specific to work, maybe imposter syndrome creeps up, or maybe I'm asked to participate in something that feels like a bit of a stretch for me. I go back to that love folder and I look through the proof, the receipts that I have been a great colleague, that I have been a great thought partner, that I have been someone that other people rely on at work to help them achieve their goals and outcomes. And it has been super helpful for me, not just in that moment, but also when I go into quarterly conversations or annual reviews. I have time-stamped, dated praise from people that I have worked with, proof that I have completed projects. And it makes it a lot easier to fill out my portion of my reviews because I'm not caught in that cycle of bragging about myself or feeling uncomfortable praising myself. I'm actually using words from other people that spoke about my work. Now, where I have translated this into my personal life is a couple years ago. I admit we haven't been great about keeping this up, but we really enjoyed it when we were doing it actively. My husband and I bought a glass jar, and the intention was every time something good happened, we would write it down on a little card, fold it up, and put it in the jar. And the idea is that at the end of the year, maybe as a New Year's Eve tradition, or that's the intention anyway, that you would go back through the year and look at all the great things that happened. And a lot of times, we would have had something to do to orchestrate that great thing. It's not just a blessing that fell from the sky, which those happen too, but it was things that we had planned and executed. Proof of all of the things that we had accomplished together, and that will build your confidence. It's amazing to look back because it's so easy to forget all of the things that you accomplish on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, especially when you get to the end of the year. And most of the time our thoughts go to what we haven't done. So having that record of the big and little things at work and in our personal life that were great, that were moving us toward our goals and objectives, where we were helpful, where we were thoughtful, where we came through for the people who were relying on us, who were in our circle. is so validating. And you can't argue with that proof that you have successfully navigated lots of situations in your personal and professional life. And by reminding yourself of that, having those physical reminders helps you build that first pillar of design resilience, that positive self-concept, so that when you get into your next situation where you need resilience, you're not worried so much about how you're going to react because you've practiced the proof. You have met the burden of proof that you can do it. And that is absolutely invaluable. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, please consider subscribing or liking or commenting or rating the show. And we'll see you next week.